for it to do the thing. Takes forever to do the thing. Now it did the thing. Post the announcement. Wait to hear myself. Make sure everything's fine. My Discord's getting too expansive. I don't know where the frickin' anything is anymore. Why are we not live? Thing. Takes forever to do the... Okay, we're live now. What up? What's up, everybody? We are here today with the top 4 of ODM's The Ladies Quest. It was a tournament that was running before the Chaos Dwarf DLC. Got a little delayed. Some scheduling conflicts came up, then the DLC came out, and it was just a whole... It was a whole thing. So much stuff going on. But we're here now. Semifinals cast. We'll cast 2 best of 5s together. Me and Tactical Lich. And the 4 competitors are Caradoc versus Cal Harmon, and then Lenorm versus Alfredino. Alfredino, probably my favorite to win the whole tournament. So I think Lenorm is going to have a tough time ahead of him. I think that series will probably be like 3-1. Caradoc and Cal Harmon, pretty even. I'd probably favor Cal Harmon. I don't know. Probably 3-1 as well. Yeah. Finals haven't been played yet. We are trying to set that up as a live cast, but it's difficult to do that. It might be Friday. We'll figure out. Anyway, I'm joined by Tactical Lich, sir. You exist.
Hello. Thanks for having me here.
Did you do... Yeah, chat. Let me know if Lich and I have different audio levels. I can turn them up or down.
Oh, yeah. That would be an issue, yeah. Is everything sound alright?
I mean, it sounds alright to me. I just don't know what your audio levels are for them, so they'll stay there. Wait, weren't those two playing on Dom's stream before? I don't know who you're talking about, but we're casting replays, so it's been a while.
These playoffs were like last week or the week before, right? So, should be fairly recent.
Oh, the games are recent. Yeah, I just don't remember. Yeah. Actually, Dov might be casting replays too. No, his is live.
Yeah, he's been playing. He's casting the BBB Season 1.
Yeah.
Between BBB. Who? I forgot, actually. Oh, Cool Umbrella and Cal Harmon.
Okay. Yeah, you and I scheduled this ahead of time, so I take no responsibility for overlapping streams. Want to?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, if anyone missed it, they can check out the archives. It will always be there, right?
True. I am at the 3-second point of game 1 between Caradoc and Cal Harmon. Okay.
You want to go through the army build first, or?
Yes. Which one do you want?
Well, you can do both.
Okay.
Yeah. It's your stream, after all.
You're making me do everything? Ugh. Cal and Lenorm are currently playing. That doesn't seem right. I don't think Lenorm's playing, because Lenorm asked me to cast his live series tomorrow, so you're a liar! Anyway. What are we doing? Caradoc took Dark Elves into Beastmen. Oh, okay. Double Scourge on Chariot, Malekith up on his dragon, 2 Blackheart Corsair Hambos, 4 Bleak Swords, 2 Cold One Knights, 3 Dark Riders, and the Crows of Cain Harpies. Pretty standard stuff for the Dark Elves that we've seen over like 55 years. Nice.
Lots of skirmishing firepower too. I like these Blackheart Corsairs. Can counter possible skirmishing from the Centaurs. Yeah.
And on the Beastmen side, bunch of Ungors across the front line. Some spears, some without. 5 archers. Wow, that's a lot of archers for the Beastmen. A whole bunch of Centaurs in the back line, mostly throwing axes and regular. Don't see any great weapons. We have Morgur just to survive Soul Stealers and give us some Chaos Spawn summons and the Brave Shaman Wild for Traderkin. Also to be cast on Malekith, probably exclusively. Ready to start?
Yep.
Let's go!
Alright. We're gonna see some cheese runner action straight away, seems like. They're moving up, but are they on auto fire? That's a real question here.
Yeah, I'd suspect someone of Caradoc's caliber is not going to put him on auto fire. He's probably saving up the ammo. The problem I see for him is like, what are they going to shoot at? Like, Senegors, I guess?
Like now.
But I don't know. There's not great targets for them. They don't have a ton of ammo, so it's not like they can just throw it at Senegors and feel happy about it. So Scourge Runners probably aren't going to have the best game, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when there's so many Centaurs on the field, and they're not exactly the most expensive cavalry to shoot at either.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think Caradoc would have been much happier if there were Minotaurs for him to shoot at, but there aren't any. Or
I do
Taurochs.
agree that not bringing Minotaur is a good idea in this matchup. Like, there's too much firepower for the Dark Elves, so the Minotaurs is just gonna get focused down.
And Senegors can change trade really well with the Cold One Knights. Cold One Knights stats are pretty awful for their price point. They rely heavily on their armor-piercing anti-large to make them effective, and Senegors are not armored, so they don't really care that you're paying for that armor-piercing. They'll be fine. Ooh.
Yeah, definitely.
Malekith's in on the
There's a quick
Morgar.
catch. Doing some pretty nasty damage, but a Chaos Spawn Summon, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to trap trying to trap Malekith, so.
That's a bad start for the Beastmen. They're forced to use their Chaos Spawn Summon early just to defend Morgar. Malekith flies away, so the spawn is now piling into Bleak Swords, but that's not what you really want it to be doing. And Morgar did take a lot of damage. And you pretty much are going to heal cap him this game, so any damage is, you know, it all counts because you got to get through it eventually.
Yeah, on the side we have some engagement going on. Core Knights going after the Centaurs, trading alright in the charge. They do have heavy armor, so the Centaurs took some pretty nasty impact damage, but it's all about the throwing axes for the Beastmen here, just trying to retreat away and do some armor-piercing skirmish fire, I assume.
Malekith getting caught out in the center a little bit. There's some Senegors nearby that maybe want to punish him and archers and stuff, but he throws down the Soul Stealer. He's going to get back to max HP and he just flies away. No problem. Oof. Nice Senegor charge down the middle on the Dark Riders. They're holding better than I would have suspected.
Oh, it seems like a Traderkin's coming in.
Is it overcast? Yes, it is. Nice. Didn't hit the Dark Riders. Oh, it did hit the Cold One Knights, though. That's a nice side.
Yeah, catching a couple expensive units there. Pretty neat. Crows of Cain trying to wipe out the archer line, possibly?
Yeah, they're largely free and clear. It actually looks like they're going after the throwing axes. They're not as worried about these cheap archers. They want those armor-piercing missiles to stop raining in on their cav and stuff.
Yeah,
Scourge Runner Chariot's also diving back in, but they're just doing 0 damage right now, even to these pathetic little archers. Oh well. They don't take much damage in response. The Beastmen are actually up on the balance of power, and I would tend to agree. The Dark Elves are just running out of juice. Like, their knights are taking a lot of damage. Their infantry line is fading. The second Chaos Spawn Summon just ate an entire Bleak Sword. So, I don't know if they have enough bodies to finish it out. We'll see. Could be the Malekith carry show again.
Well, what else can finish the Core Knights other than Traderkin? I guess it's just going to be Traderkin. And, Malekith can possibly work through a bunch of Centaurs with his heavy armor. But he's getting shot at, though.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. He has the same narrative about him as Morgar, where it's like, he's going to heal up whatever damage you deal to him, but you got to deal it, because eventually he needs to die. So, it makes sense. But the Cult of Knights, I don't know. If they get surrounded by Senegors, which Senegors got locked up on this weird stone thing, so they didn't get a proper charge off. But Cult of Knights can disintegrate before your eyes if you're not careful with them. So I'm not super worried about the Cold Knights in the late game. And yeah, the Dark Elves are tragically far behind in the balance of power as Malekith, another Overcast Traderkin plus 3 archers shooting at him has brought him down to almost dead.
Yeah, dragons don't exactly have the most armor. They have 90, which is good, but against such a large hitbox, it really have limited effect.
Yeah.
All the shots are just landing on him.
Unless he has another Soul Stealer right now, he's actually about to break. Yeah, there he goes, and that might be army losses real quick. Cold Knights are the last thing of power on the field. Scourge Runner Chariots are running around. They're healthy and they have a lot of ammo, but like as we were talking about, they just don't have anything to shoot at. Like, what, you're just going to shoot Senegors and Ungors? Okay, that feels like a good use of your ammo. So, damn.
Yeah.
It was a scrappy game, but just kind of slowly but surely the Beastmen took over the entire map and the Dark Elves faded away. Malekith wasn't able to do enough for his high price point, and Morgar survived. That's all you needed.
I do say that Beastmen does have a build advantage here, mainly because of the Cheese Runners not doing much against this horde of Beastmen army.
Mm-hmm.
It's just pure numbers here. Almost 2,000 body count. Man.
Yep, that was surprising. Like I thought the Beastman build was good, but I didn't feel like it would be that one-sided of a game. And like it started out even, but like I said, it just kind of you blink and all of a sudden you realize that there's no more Dark Elves left. The Beastmen were tattered, but they hung on. They're around. Ungor Raiders like all paying for themselves, even though you took 5 is kind of wild.
They're quite cheap, so any damage down to like expensive stuff like Malakiv can easily help them get back their value. After all, I do quite like them in a lot of matchups.
Yeah. And it also looks like Malekith didn't have great Soul Stealer targets. For the same reason the Scourge Runners didn't have great targets. It's like this whole build is just garbage. So what can you really Soul Stealer and punish? So we just had to use it for heals, but
even if you dump it on like Morgar, he still have spell resistance. Oof. Seems rough.
Maybe he could have been more aggressive onto sniping the caster, and then if any Senegors try to punish you, then you Soul Stealer the blob that ensues and get out of there. But it's tough. With those 5 Ungor Raiders just sitting around waiting for Malekith to stop at any point, it was pretty brutal. So,
indeed.
Nice Beastman build.
Alright, I'm gonna load into the second game, so let me know.
Yes. Skaven versus Lizardmen. Caradoc is on the Skaven, Cal Harmon's on the Lizardmen. And for anybody's wondering why the blocker, I put the blocker up so that you can't see how many replays there are in both series. Otherwise, that would be spoilers.
The spoiler blocker. Instead of the stream snipe blocker. Same thing, really, but...
I don't know if you're watching the chat at all, but Spirit of the Gorg asked you where you're from.
Oh yeah, I just started checking. Oh, I'm from Hong Kong, but recently moved to the UK. I mean, not recently, it's been months. Yeah.
I'm at 3 seconds whenever you are.
Alright, 3 seconds as well.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go!
Go. Alright.
Skaven have some Night Runners for a little bit of skirmish, but mostly they have Teethbreaker, Rattling Guns, and Natty Boobo Sharpshooters plus Globes for damage. And then a front line of Skaven Slaves, back line of Rat Ogres, and they do have a Packmaster and Ikka Claw with Flensing Ruin. For the Lizardmen, it's a rather small build. Skink Skirmishers, Skink Cohorts, but 2 Feral Stegodons, some Feral Cold Ones, the Shredder of Lustria, and a Life Slan. And Tactical Lich predicted before we started the stream that he had Flesh to Stone. He does indeed have Flesh to Stone.
That's gonna be a lot of resistance stacking. Shield of the Old Ones, Flesh to Stone physical resistance, and the Scaly Skin of the Shredder of Lustria. That's gonna be a lot of tanking potential from a massive HP pool plus regrowth. So this is probably gonna be the Distraction Carnifex piece for the entire Lizardman build.
Yeah. He didn't bring the Shield of the Old Ones, which is weird, but...
Oh, wait. He didn't? Okay.
I know, it's weird. I think he would, but, like, I kind of understand it. This is a similar thing I was talking about on stream last time we were streaming. Oh, there's 2 Ripperdactyl Riders, too, by the way. But Ogres, I've been struggling really hard because they have a Stonehorn, and it can just go wherever it wants in the formation. If there is a ranged thing, it'll just walk at it and take it down, and Rat Ogres can't block it. This is similar, but instead of a single Stonehorn, you have the Shredder of Lustria and 2 Feral Stegodons, but it is all about just, like, ignoring the Skaven in melee, killing all their ranged, and then grinding them out with strong healing, which the Ogres have through Troll Guts, but we obviously have here through the Slan of Life. Ooh, big net on Ripperdactyls, but the Teethbreakers are at the edge of their range. They do need to be within half their range to actually hit stuff, otherwise they will just shoot all around it, unfortunately. So those Ripperdactyls...
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of missing shots.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They take a lot of damage, but not as much as point-blank range. Rippers are back in.
We have a middle engagement.
You go.
Oh, so yeah, we have a middle engagement here. Shredder just plunging itself straight into combat. And Poison Winds are chugging into some Feral Cold Ones, but Stegodons are just crumbling all the front line, and the Skaven Slaves are just routing. Yeah.
Natty Booble's already having to run back. Ripperdactyls tearing apart the Teethbreakers, and just without any real DPS, Rat Ogres and the Packmaster are piling into the combat, but that's not their forte, and the dinosaurs are just eating them alive super easily. Oh, it's terrible.
Ikig is just having a sad life at the back. Oof.
Yeah, he just needs to heal stuff occasionally. He's fine. So, I would like to see the Shredder path after the Teethbreakers or Natty Boobos until they're dead entirely. Because he doesn't have to care about anything else, but he can't let those just sit and shoot him. And then one of the Stegodons has to path after the Teethbreakers, and that just needs to be the entire game. Because if the Skaven can't shoot, they won't win this.
It seems that the Lizardmen are shutting down the Skaven fire potential pretty darn well here. All the weapons teams are pretty much gone. Wait, no, Teethbreakers are back. And is showering shots into the poor Ripper Dexiles.
Yeah, the Rippers got distracted by something. I think they were attacking Night Runners or the Globes or something, but the Teethbreakers just rallied next to him and then immediately killed those poor Rippers. So, that's a bit of a whoopsie. The other Ripper is doing much better, and the Shredder is slamming this Packmaster. Jesus.
Yeah, massive weapon strength. And the Gatling gun at the back. The blow dart Gatling gun.
Oh,
Nasty
yeah.
Stuff.
And that's actually the Packmaster's second route, so if he ever gets near the Shredder again, he's probably just going to shatter. Doesn't matter how much health he has. He's a little coward.
Ooh. Things are looking rough for the Skavens for sure.
Yeah, this could be a big moment. The Stegodons are about to get opened up on by the Teethbreakers. They just weren't shut down, and now both the Stegodons are standing next to the Slann instead of stopping it from shooting, and one is already routing after the first volley. The Shredder is getting Flensing Ruin too, so I don't know. We'll see, but the Skaven are getting their firing lines back up, and that's a huge problem for the Lizardmen.
Even the Natty Bobos are back, and they're opening up at the Shredder of Lustre, who is, getting a regrowth heal, which is good.
Yeah, now he's pathing back towards them, which is correct. You can see these Rat Ogres are just piling in on him, but if they get too close, they might block the Natty Bubo's shots, or just get torn apart by the Shredder. He needs to just keep moving forward.
The Terra is constantly kicking in for the Skaven, so that doesn't help them at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's hard without their Lord nearby, and his -8 aura around him. It's just terrible for the Rat Ogres to try and hold. One of them's routing, another one's about to rout, but he needs to ignore him. He just needs to go shut down that Natty Bubos. Ooh, Feral Kobolds from the back. Gonna take out the Teethbreakers. If they kill the Teethbreakers, this game is over.
Some very efficient armor-piercing damage there.
Yeah, the Packmaster... I do like this, though, from Caradoc. Realizing the Packmaster just can't go near the Shredder anymore, he decides to protect the other mobile pieces rather than using that Packmaster to support the Rat Ogres. I think that's a pretty good strat after just seeing his Packmaster get work done in the early game. He needed to switch it up, so nice adaptive nature there. Bounce power still favors the Lizardmen. There are actually... We've ignored them the entire game, but there are a lot of skinks left with pretty decent ammunition to support the Shredder and his crusade.
Ooh, the Slann Mage is getting shot at by the Teethbreakers, and it is going after him.
Yeah, he'll be all right. I believe in the little Slann.
HP.
Yeah, Shredder's coming back. In the distance, by the way, do you see that Stegodon at half HP getting run down by clan rats?
Oh shit, on the other side of the battlefield, yeah.
How is he not rallied yet? He's like,
I don't know,
12
man, maybe
speed
the clan rats
faster.
are just... The clan rats are just too scary.
They're too spooky. Alright, Slann's getting a regrowth. He'll be okay. Yeah, the Teethbreakers are shut down by those little jab skinks. And here comes the Shredder to save the day. Goodbye, Rat Ogres. I hope you enjoy terror routing.
Still some Poison and Globadiers, but they're not as strong as before. So...
Yeah, they're doing a little
enough.
bit of poke, but... I don't know. Just looking around, the Shredder, his heal cap's approaching, but I just don't see anything that can kill him. I do, again, the Teethbreakers rallied on that hillside. Please, God, someone just follow them off the map. Stop letting them come back!
That's Skavens for you. They're sticky.
The Stegodon in the distance did rally, by the way. He's in there. He's fighting a bunch of spears, so he's not going to enjoy that. But he's back. He's alive.
He's supporting the balance of power at least.
For the Skaven, I mean, if Icket has another Flensing Ruin up his sleeve, and the Teethbreakers get a nice 3 volleys onto the Shredder, maybe they could turn this around, but I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, the Teethbreakers are just running for their lives. As soon as the Shredder get close to them, they would just tear her out, really.
The Skaven are trying to just run away from the Shredder, but the Shredder is 60 speed. He can keep up with most of these units, and his little machine guns are firing, so the longer they delay this, the more damage they're taking. Not that they should turn around and fight him, I'm just saying it's a lose-lose situation. Ooh, and they're getting skirmished from the other side. Yeah, this is a lose-lose-lose for the Skaven as they try to just get out of here.
Has the Packmaster used up his healing ability? Probably not charged.
No, he only heals nearby Molder units when he's in melee.
Yeah, he's not gonna heal anything for now then.
No, the Shredder's just following them around and shooting them. Look at him go! He's just having his day.
Still have half ammo left, and that's a lot of skirmishing power.
Yeah.
Things are rough.
The Skaven are rallying to go kill that Stegodon we saw earlier. It looks like that's their plan, but I don't know. I don't know about that, Chief. Teethbreakers make their stand! And obstructed by the hill.
At least the Shredder has big enough of a hitbox to get hit.
Yeah, that was a little volley. I almost saw his health bar move.
A bit, just a bit. I don't know, I feel like the Shredder, instead of retreating, is probably just better just charge straight for the Teethbreakers and keep them on the run.
Yeah, it looks like Cal Harmon's going to try and be cautious and move through the trees here a little bit and let his other stuff get here. I understand the caution. I also agree with some of chat saying this shit is over and he can do whatever he wants and still win, but I appreciate at like this high level of a tournament, you don't even give your enemy the 1% chance where you could throw a guaranteed win. But I do think he could be a lot more aggressive with the Shredder and just end this game. Teethbreaker's trying to fire, but their own Rat Ogres are in the way. There's a Flensing Ruin like we talked about. Is it overcast? Yes, it is overcast. Rat Ogres pile in. Rat Ogres go flying out.
Oh, this might be the end of Banishment coming in.
Yeah. Doesn't do that much damage to the Teethbreakers type unit, but as low on HP as they are, and they are Skaven, they're just going to rout from that and the Shredder walking at them. And now this game is 100% over. GG.
Shall we fast forward then?
Yeah. This is over. Slon's about to get gooned out, but that literally doesn't matter. And the Shredder's
coming.
Bah!
Massive hit.
Bah! Go, Shredder, go! There we go. Army losses. And healing might be a little bit strong when you have a heal-capped Shredder and a heal-capped Slon in the late game. It's a bit of a red flag.
That's a lot of HP to go through, and without the Teethbreakers, definitely can't go through that much HP.
It got 1900 value. That's pretty good.
All the Flensing Ruin, really.
Yeah.
Draining the expensive monsters. But the rest is just sad times.
It's funny because the Skaven mostly paid for themselves, but you have to overperform against healing.
Yeah. The damage is pretty much inflated.
Yeah. What'd you think of the Stegs? Were they worth it?
I find probably, like, we didn't really see that much because we were just looking at the Shredder. Definitely the point of attention there, but the Stegodons had a better charge animation, I assume, than Bastillodon, so they broke through the front line pretty damn well at the beginning. And well, it's just in the end, Feral Stegodon, they're having a bit of a comedy moment, routed all the way to the other corner and came back, but not doing that much in terms of damage on the value wise.
I think, as I had said, I don't dislike them in the army. I think it was fine. I do wish they had been more aggressively used because they kind of hit the front line and then just sat there for a while. I wish they had been aggressively pathing towards the Teethbreakers and Natty Boobos and just harassing them while the Shredder hunted Ikka or if either of the Stegodons got into trouble while trying to track down those guys, the Shredder could come over and buster that blob. But I think they're fine in the build.
Yeah, against a box, definitely a good choice. Maybe not as cost efficient as Bastillodon, but still decent.
All right, game 3 and potentially the final game. That's a build. That's a build.
Loading in right now.
That's a build.
Oh, both have some interesting units.
I'm looking at the greenskins. That is...
Oh, yeah, that is...
That is some of the wackest shit I've ever seen.
They got buffs, but I didn't expect to see that much.
Cal Harmon definitely just, like, to make a build, he looked at the patch notes and like, whatever got buffed, give me all of it. Oh, God. All right, I'm at 3 seconds. I'm going to go through the builds real quick. We have Goblin Wolf Riders, Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins, 4 of them. More Goblin Wolf Riders, Morgans Mage Marauders, the Wolf Rider ROR Archer with the armor-piercing missiles. Savage Orcs as a midfield unit. There's 3 of them. More Wolf Rider Archers, a front line of Goblins. Wurzag to give everybody fat buffs. And the Hammer of Gork Rock Lobber ROR to give everyone else nerfs. Also, Durusty Eris for some armor sundering. A lot of debuffs going on. Archers that debuff, Hammer of Gork that debuffs, Wurzag that buffs. It's all about stats. It's best of 5. It is best of 5. On the other side, we have Hellstriders post nerf. These are the Hell Scourges, though, so they took a much, they got through the patch much better than their anti-large cousins. And then Chaos Warriors and Chosen with great weapons mixed in for the Chaos backline. 2 Armored Chaos Trolls, 3 Marauder Horsemen, and Archaon the Ever-Chosen with Burning Head, and Searing Doom and Spirit Leech. All 3 of the good spells. Woo!
That looks solid. I do think that the Marauder Horseman isn't the greatest pick here. I don't know. I feel like they are just not a good trade against outer skirmish cavalry, with a shorter range and all that.
Mm-hmm. Ready to hit start?
But overall, yeah, sure.
Let's go. I am concerned for the Chaos build. It feels like, troll units aside, the Greenskins have better ranged. They have more bodies on the field that can eventually just weigh down the Chosen. And, I mean, 4 Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins should beat 3 Hellstriders, right?
Yeah, especially they do have physical resistance. And, Hellstriders, they got nerfed.
They did. We'll see. We'll see. Could be a quick 3-0 from Cal Harmon. And then get us on to Alfredino and Lenorm. Or Chaos could pull it back. Can Archaon defeat Wurzag? I don't think so, but maybe he can. I mean, have you ever seen Wurzag? This man.
A lot of firepower coming onto Archaon. Yeah.
Oh, did he get effigy to get it? Oh, he did.
Yep.
Ooh, that hurts. Ouch. There's no healing for him.
Unfortunately, the Rusty Airs the Rusty Airs wasn't shooting at him, so there's no armor sundering in his way. But the Morgross Mangy Marauders does do armor piercing though.
Yeah, and Effigy of the Git does a Spirit Leech's worth of damage.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A lot of people forget that. Savage Orc Boar Boys charging into Armored Chaos Trolls. Let's go, Boar Boys! And it's middling.
The charge is a bit disappointing, honestly. And now they're just dying.
Dead. They've taken more damage than the trolls.
Yeah.
I hate this unit. I hate them so much.
Oh, but still bad, I presume.
Yeah, Savage Orc Boar Boys, the 2 that charged in, they're already both taking severe punishment. The trolls have regen, so they'll be fine. But it's pretty brutal. The Chaos front line...
are coming in.
Sorry, what?
Terror routes are just coming in now.
Oh, yeah.
Now that they're low. Oh, boy.
I keep forgetting Archaon causes terror. Ooh.
Oh, right, yes.
Oh, no, the Hammer Gork! No!
Oh, a big catch at the back, then. There's nothing to protect it. No Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins.
Yeah, they're trying to come back now, but it's too late. The Hammer Gork's already gone. And they could open up their backfield, because now Morgan's Mage Marauders are in danger. And Archaon's going for Wurzag. This could be a very quick snipe. Because Wurzag's a bad melee combatant, and Archaon's one of the best. Effigy of the Git should be off cooldown, though. Should. Boar Boys are coming back, but Wurzag did lose half his health for that little trade.
Archaon does do magic damage, so the physical resistance on the Boar Boys won't be saving that much here.
Ooh, second effigy to get used on Hellstriders just to keep Wurzag safe. That feels rough. I mean, he didn't want to get caught by them, obviously, but it does feel rough to burn it on something that's not a Lord. Are you trying to snipe out or something?
Yeah, some of that damage potential wasted, and I'm seeing Greenskins running out of options against armored infantry in general.
The Rusty Arrows are firing in, but these Savage Orcs, they have some pretty decent stats, but not armor piercing. That's not one of them. Ooh, and the Hellstriders are about to shut down the Rusty Arrows once and for all. That was actually kind of cool. Fists of Gork to give them 51 melee defense. Huh. Okay, alright.
Emergency buffs to backlines. I sometimes do that when I play Kislev, just chugging those Frostblades onto Strelsysia. They can hold.
Huh.
Sometimes.
That's actually interesting. I might have to start doing that. It's like literally not something I've ever thought of doing. But 51 melee defense on some archers is pretty solid. Like, most cav can't get through that without a really nice charge, which charges aren't working the best right now, so those are hard to come by. Balance of power slightly favoring Chaos. I would go further than slightly. I feel like they are crushing it. As a big burning head in the distance catches 3 greenskin units, doing pretty good damage to 2 of them. 1 goblin did get away, but not for long, as Chaos Warriors are closing in on him. Goblin Wolf Riders with a wall pile onto those guys. Actually do rout them off, so good job, Goblin Wolf Riders. You did it.
What about the rest of the army? Ooh, still. Oh wait, balance of power is going back into the middle now. Now that a lot of the chaos stuff is running out of juice.
Yeah, and the Rusty Arrows have just been sitting here firing. After I thought they were doomed, that Fists of Gork really gave them the space they needed, and they've just been firing. I do worry, though, those 3 Skirmish Cav of Chaos are very healthy. Now, they're almost out of ammo, but they can chase off anything that has low leadership, which at this point in the game is most things. And then you could just let the Chosen and Chaos Warriors focus on whatever's not running.
Even if they run out of ammo, they can just kind of recharge into anything, really. There's not really that much armor on the field here to deal with a mass of bodies. Like, the Marauder Horseman doesn't have the greatest armor-piercing attacks, but damage is damage, and they have the bodies. And charge bonus.
Yeah, Archaon's another problem. Maybe these Savage Orc Boarboy Biggins can hit him and get a nice surround and do some damage, but I've had too many games where Boarboy Biggins surrounded Imric and didn't do jack diddly squat about it. Hi, Hazel. I'm being attacked by a dog, so it's on you, Lich. Go! Carry the stream!
Savage Orc Warrior begins charging into Chaos Warriors, doing some nice impact damage, but then here comes the Marauder Horsemen. They don't have the greatest armor piercing, but the Savage Orc Warrior begins doesn't have the greatest armor either. Their physical resistance helps them tank out a bit longer, but then Archaon here is just terrifying them all. And then the other side, I'm not sure if the screen captures that, but wait, let me just check on the phone.
I got it, I'm moving
Yeah,
around.
it's not on the screen. But yeah, Archaon is just going forward, and nothing can really stop him. And the horsemen, they're still pretty damn healthy, but
Spirit Leech and a big charge. Archaon's going for the killing blow on Wurzag, which would definitely end this game. And Chaos actually has a bit of a mass rout coming in. A lot of their units are all of a sudden breaking, so it is heavily on Archaon to finish this game out for them and not let it slip away through his big meaty claws.
balance of power is slightly in the favor of greenskins, especially with the trolls routing and all. But Archaon, even if only supported by the Marauder Horsemen, is still a very formidable force. He still have half HP after all.
He is putting this game on his back so hard.
He can do it, I feel like. He's the man of the end times.
He's doing his best. Wurzag's just trying to stay away from him. The Greenskins do have a rallying backfield, that is all kind of coming together. They don't have any ammo left. The Rusty Arrows have 1 volley, so it's pretty much gone. Another Spirit Leech is going to take Wurzag down to quite low HP. And he's getting danger close to Archaon of his own volition. Wurzag, why are you here?
Oh no.
Run!
Oh, that's rough. This feels rough, man.
Archaon misses 2 in a row.
But he's still rear attacking, so a 3rd in a row. Okay, never mind. I take that back.
Go, big boy, go! Run! That was unfortunate.
Wurzag survived. Yeah.
Ooh,
Archaon's
and
still
a
at
Fist
like
of
half
Gork.
HP.
Oh no. Those Savage Orc War Boys are buffed now. 65 melee attack plus bonus versus large, but their leadership is failing them.
Yep,
Yeah,
the terror
Archaon.
kicking in, and they're gone.
Terror out. Oof.
Rusty Air is still around, but 1 volley left. What can I do with this? What do you think can they do?
Nothing, and I actually think Archaon's probably going to solo carry it. Just looking around, the Greenskins have stuff left, and Archaon doesn't, but everything is so low that as soon as he looks at it, it's going to rout.
Maybe, just maybe, a possible way to finish Archaon is just tie him up with some chaff and recharge him with Wurzag. I don't know.
Maybe. Bounce power shifts against Archaon. I disagree. And he actually has all the options in the world. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
a burning head could clear out a lot of random chaff, or 2 Spirit Leeches could kill Wurzag.
Yeah, there's no more armor-piercing options on the field other than Wurzag himself and some armor sundering from the Rusty Airs.
Archaon plows into some Savage Orcs. If you're gonna use the burning head, now would be the time. Otherwise, just save your stuff for Spirit Leech.
He's probably trying to snipe out Wurzag right now.
Yeah.
Just force pathing through all those infantry and going after the man, the myth, the legend.
He's faster too. 94 speed to Wurzag 70. Yeah, he's just going for the end.
Oh, Spirit Leech coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Can Wurzag survive?
He'll survive the Spirit Leech. A bunch of Wolf Riders are going to try and peel off Archaon.
Yeah, he really needs to stay the hell away. Oh, there's some more Savage Orc Boy Big Guns coming in, so a bit more armor piercing.
Yeah, does Wurzag have any spells left for them to give them better...
Oh.
Is that Here We Go?
Oh, no.
Holy crap,
That's
an
not
Here
gonna
We
matter.
Go.
The Searing Doom is gonna finish off the cavalry.
Yeah, that sucks. You spend all that Winds of Magic on an Here We Go, and then a Searing Doom just kills him. Here we go, away.
Like that. And Balance of Power is back into the middle with everything routing for the Greenskins.
Yeah.
Can we fast forward now then?
Sure.
It's just gonna be
a little bit of Benny
Archaon.
Hill.
Yeah.
There's a second Spirit Leech. I told you he's either gonna Burning Head or 2 Spirit Leeches.
Oh, and that goes for... Yeah, there's army losses.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Archaon solo carry.
How much damage value does he have?
3,900.
That's like 1/4 of the entire army.
Mm-hmm.
More than that, yeah.
Yeah, his trolls did okay supporting-wise, but they didn't get a ton of damage value. The heavy infantry really underperformed against what Cal Harmon brought. The Hell Scourges did nicely, the Skirmish Cav did okay, but he paid a lot for infantry that ended up having a bad day.
Yeah, just Archaon himself soloing everything in the end. And greenskin-wise, Wurzag didn't do much. The Boar Boy Biggins, one of them get 1,100 gold. The other 1,600 gold? What the hell?
Yeah.
Getting some decent value, I guess, with the buffs and all.
2 of them didn't do nothing, but two of them did nice. I'll admit that. I also think there's better units. Probably. The Rusty Arrows and
Better
Organs
units
did
is
nice.
definitely, yeah. They counter armor, I suppose, but yeah. Goblins being goblins, not doing much.
Savage Orcs paid for themselves. Are they worth?
Probably need more experimenting.
All right. Caradoc's alive in the series. 1 and 2.
4th game then.
Mm-hmm. Can they bring it all the way back?
Oof. Dwarfs versus Empire.
Oh god, how did this happen?
Nightmares came... To be fair, Nightmares came after me after playing against Karl Harman with his build. Yeah. This build gives me PTSD, but yeah.
Cannons and grenade kite, it looks like.
Also the exact same map I played against him. Against his build. A lot of... I actually made a video about this, actually, yeah. Cannon kite. A bit of variation from the last time I played this. But, cannons? Oh, sorry. I'll let you do the, army builds.
Okay. We do have a bunch of Thunderers, Quarrelers, and Rangers spaced throughout Caradoc's army. Triple Slayers for kind of a pseudo-cavalry presence, just dwarves that are faster than, like, 3 speed. We have a Rune Lord, interestingly. What did he bring? Rune of Hearth and Home, Slowness, and Wrath and Ruin. Okay, so he's just being cheaper, Thoric. Longbeards and Dwarf Warriors across the front line. We do have 1 Gyrocopter. Do I see 2? Nope, just 1 Gyrocopter with the Brimstone Gun. Alright. It's a lot of dwarves. They push forward. They try to find the Imperials. On the other side, for the Empire of Kalharm, we have a Huntsman General, but naked on foot. Amber Wizard up on a Pegasus, not on his Griffin mount, with Amber Spear and the Manticore Summon. 2 cannons, as you were talking about. Triple Outriders Grenade Launcher, 1 Silver Bullets, and then on the other side, Death Jacks for some reason. Death Jacks, Sterling's Revenge, and some Swordsmen throughout. A couple Empire Knights also for mobility presence, but it's mostly about those armor-piercing missiles doing some kiting.
Alright, shall we start?
Yep. Chat sad no Sunmaker. It's very expensive. It's good, but you gotta get a lot of use out of it. In this matchup, the dwarves are usually just gonna take as much cheap stuff as they can and run at you.
I don't think Sunmaker is necessary here. I personally like to bring it, but yeah, Karl Harman beat my dwarves with this build with no Sunmaker whatsoever. He even got out some Hellblaster volley guns last time I played against him, but this build is different from last time, and well, let's see what happens here.
What are the cannons for?
Countering the dwarf cannons, because great cannons actually have longer range than dwarf cannons.
Huh.
Dwarf cannons have 440 and great cannons have 450, and the great cannons really just need to start pressuring the infantry front line, and the dwarves will have to move up their stuff. And then we can see some kiting from the grenade launchers and the other skirmishing units.
Well, they're gonna have to hurry up because those dwarves are closing in on your cannons.
And the main damage dealer of the build of Karma is not the cannons though. It's the grenade launchers. They're just so good against densely packed infantry.
Get 1 volley off on the Dwarf Warriors. Now, they don't have armor piercing on their missile strength, or at least not a lot of it. So Dwarf Warriors and Longbeards will be relatively fine versus it. You won't get that instant one-shot you've seen on other, like, clips.
Definitely, but the dwarves unfortunately lack the mobility to counter them. So if the infantry push a little bit too far ahead, they would just get blasted before the Quarrelers and Rangers and whatnot can counter fire. So, especially now the dwarves are so spread out.
Yeah, they are spread all over the place. This left flank from the Dwarven perspective is taking a lot of damage right now from the Free Company Militia and these grenade launchers.
Right flank aren't doing as well either. Ooh, a big volley of explosions coming into the Sterling's Revenge. Big mistake there. A lot of damage to an expensive infantry.
Miners of blasting charges, yeah. Did they lose a lot of models? 20. They lost 22 models, so at least the unit itself is at full firing capacity. It just has to be careful about getting shot by Quarrelers or anything, because that'll just finish them off.
Oh, we're seeing some cannon kiting at the back. The crews are dropping their cannons and just running for the hills.
That will keep them alive, though it does also make them ineffective until they can get back on their cannons, so the dwarves are certainly happy to be getting shot a little less.
I think the idea is just to keep the crew alive so that they exist in the late game and start shooting at stuff. Oh, I haven't got into late game phase against this build, so I can't really say much here. I got wrecked in around mid game, so. Empire Knights going after the Quarrelers. They will struggle to break through the armor.
Yeah. I guess they're just trying to disrupt so those Quarrelers can't counterfire at the Outriders' grenade launchers, would be my suspicion. But, nah, they're just being distraction pieces. The Empire did throw a Spearman into the wind, and giant volley onto the Gyrocopter Brimstone guns. Took about half its HP off from the silver bullets, just shooting it. But Miser's blasting charges trying to get into range. Do the silver bullets move in time? Another big volley.
Getting another volley off, but right on the edge of the range of the miners.
Yeah, they ran away
really
nicely.
Tight micro there. Yeah.
Another swordsman being fed into the fires of the dwarven churn.
But the Empire Kite has been going pretty well. The left flank of the dwarves is basically demolished.
Yeah, it is. And these grenade launchers on the top field are still doing well, but the silver bullets are running out of space to run to. They haven't been able to get real inside ground. Now they're just going for it, but the miners' blasting charges might actually get in range and they get a significant volley off.
That's where the Outriders with grenade launchers comes in, I guess. Oh no, the blasting charges are already hitting the silver bullets, but the Outriders and the Empire Knights might be able to clear out a way for the silver bullets to run. Maybe. Or they're just giving up and just leaving the silver bullets there. Rip them.
Yeah, the dwarves are actually just closing the box here around the silver bullets. They're not going to get out of here. They're just going to die. Dang. That's a pretty big loss for the Empire. The Outriders can't kill this many dwarves that quickly, so. Damn.
Indeed.
How's the rest of this going?
But they can kill dwarves very slowly, but very efficiently though, so.
Yeah, Slayers are getting murked on the front line. Grenades are taking them out while they fight Empire Knights. Other grenades are chasing off miners. So far, the Empire Kite has been doing well. It's just these silver bullets are going to be a sacrifice.
Still running, juking some explosions.
I don't foresee them getting out of there, but at least they're being as much of a nuisance as possible. Meanwhile, some of the cannons tried to get back online, but they went into Quarreler range and now they're routing. Rest in peace. Balance power's about even. I feel like the Empire is winning this. Ooh, Amber Spear, Amber Spear, Amber Spear! Oh, the damage!
God. Deleting like half a unit of Longbeards and more explosions coming in from the grenade launchers.
Yeah, the Thunderers traded back very nicely onto the Amber Wizard, so it wasn't all for nothing, but it was a beautiful, beautiful cast. Silver bullets are officially off the map, so I don't have to worry about them anymore. Amber Wizard summons a Manticore to do something. Not actually sure what he's going to do with it. Might just dive the Rune Lord.
It might actually dive Thunderers, I guess. They do need to shut down the they need to shut down the Dwarf missile so that the Outriders can keep firing. But another painful volley for the Outriders.
Yeah, they're using the grenades on the Rune Lord, which is doing like negative damage to him. They need to stop that. Run away.
Literally shooting their balance of power away right there, really.
Yeah, they take a couple more volleys from those Thunderers who are trying their best to ignore the Manticore. So that was some big damage back onto the Empire kiting units.
But there's nothing to protect the Thunders anymore. More and more stuff flooding in.
Yeah, grenades just counter-firing them, swordsmen, Empire Knights, but these Outriders grenade launchers are taking a lot of damage in this sequence of events.
They will hold for now, I guess.
The Empire is up on the balance of power. But there's a full health Manticore summon out, so balance of power might be a little janky.
Thing is, the Dwarf units, a lot of their infantry are out of position and cannot protect their missile units, which is their only counter to the grenade launchers. And once those missiles go down, then everything is just sitting ducks to the grenade launchers and cannons. The cannons at the back, the crews are chilling.
They are. I wonder if the Empire is going to have enough left in the tank, though. The Outriders are running low on ammunition. The cannons have full ammo, but I don't know if they'll be able to get back to their crews. One of their cannons is currently surrounded by dwarves, and the other one is very close to a bunch of other dwarves. So Caradoc's done a pretty good job of making sure to kind of keep tabs on where the cannons are.
Oh yeah, they're actually catching a great cannon crew. Now the cannon crew have to run again.
Mm-hmm. Those aren't slayers. At least they should be able to outrun longbeards. No, longbeards are faster. Ooh, whoops. Might be a whoopsie. And the Rune Lord somehow got in a fist fight with the Huntsman General. They're both pretty terrible combatants, but Dwarf will win that.
The Rune Lord does have a hammer. The Huntsman has a puny sword. So.
And the Rune Lord has 120 armor.
Oh yeah, definitely that part too. I do wonder if the Huntsman can shoot in melee against a Rune Lord, but we won't see that since the Huntsman is running.
Which is smart. Don't really want to take that fight for no reason. Empire suddenly down to the balance of power. There are a lot of Dwarven bodies still left on the field. And I am concerned about the kite build's chance here.
I have faith in the grenade launchers. They don't have much ammo, but their ammo can do a lot of things. So.
True, though we have some Dwarf Warriors in the swamp running as spread out as possible to protect themselves from the grenades. Now that literally has, the player could not have decided that if they wanted to, but it sure looks like they're doing it intentionally.
If it works, it works. Don't question it.
Ooh, the Gyrocopter Brimstone Guns gets a nice bombing run onto the Outriders and still has a good amount of ammo left. The Huntsman General's trying to snipe them out now, but they could be a problem. We saw in the 2v2, Gyrocopters could just kill the Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses if they're microed well. So strangely, these things also counter ranged units. Phoenix King wants me to tell you to check Discord.
Okay. Let me just quickly have a look at Discord.
Alright. While he does that, Rune of Slowness on these last Outriders, and they do actually rout as Dwarf Warriors chase them down, but they won't be able to actually get in range.
Okay. Alright. Nothing substantial.
Okay. The cannons are back on their mounts, though. The dwarves that were nearby either left to go do other things, or, you know, got distracted. But one of the cannons is remounted now. The other one's sprinting for his place. Empire Knight's getting shot by the last of the Brimstone Gun volleys, and another copter dies as a Huntsman General snipes it out of the air. And the cannon has also turned its ire towards them. The Ekron's Miner shattered nearby. These Empire Knights might be able to chase off the Rangers, giving this cannon more room to breathe and fire. Elsewhere, the dwarves...
the late game cannon play.
The late game cannon play? I don't know if he can protect from these Slayers, though. Those Slayers are coming in hot.
Oh, true.
That's about it for the Empire. Like, their Silver Bullets and Sterling's Revenge have been pushed off. The Deathjack's getting pushed off. We have one Outrider with grenade launchers left with ammo. Oh, there's another one way over there.
Wait, there's still ammo left on these things? Okay, two very tattered ones. Yeah. I thought they all died, but some survived. That's all they need, I suppose. Oh, the Slayers is going after the unmounted cannon crew. This might be a mistake here, because the mounted one starts doing damage now.
Yeah, they are going to get run down by Outriders with no ammo. 10 models left on the Slayers, 300 HP between the models. They're going to start dying very quickly. The Gyrocopter down to 2 volleys left. It is shooting some Empire Knights, but what's going to kill these Dwarf Warriors that are coming in? What's going to kill the Rune Lord? These Longbeards? There's just too much left.
I have faith in the grenade launchers.
I don't!
They have done me wonders in this matchup. Yeah.
Oh, they're very good.
Let's see what happens in the end.
Don't think kill all this. The cannon successfully routes off the Gyrocopter, which is down to 1 model now. And it's still firing. Huntsman General and the second cannon are back online as these Outriders try to finish off the Slayer, singular. It's getting pretty close.
For 1 second, I thought the cannons are aiming at that lone Slayer, but I guess not.
No, the Outriders are pushed off. Grenade launchers firing one of their last volleys into those Dwarf Warriors. That is a good choice. The other cannons are trying to get back up to their mount. Huntsman General is continuing to kite. The Single Slayer is going to get to the cannon crew here. And
I'm just looking at him and see what he can do.
Deathjacks are actually getting run down by the Dwarf Warriors. Despite their superior speed, they just can't get away. Some of the dwarves must have gotten, like, charge bonuses or something. The Single Slayer is among the cannon crew. He's vibing. 22 HP.
He hasn't taken a hit ever since he's alone, so...
He has not. And the Outriders, with the last of their ammo, are going to try and get rid of these miners that are chasing down the cannon crew to get the cannon crew a second to actually get on their mount and fire. No, they are going to turn around and fire at Longbeards, who Caradoc does a nice little dodge. He still takes a good amount of damage, but nice dodge. And I really think that grenade should have gone towards the miners, because now this cannon crew can't actually remount or do anything.
They still have one volley, and they're doing it, but not the greatest formation for a volley. And they're soon out of ammo.
Yeah. Huntsman General, lots of ammo left, though. He has 18 shots left. He is starting to kite now. We have a healthy Dwarf Warrior in the distance that is going to come back now that he's finished chasing the Deathjacks. The Single Slayer routes off the Outriders and still chases the Great Cannon. Go, that Single Slayer, go.
That's bringing a lot of value for the Dwarfs.
Yep. Outriders are officially out of ammo. Another nice shot onto the Dwarf Warriors. I don't know if it's going to be enough. The Outriders are back yet again. They charge the Single Slayer, and they bring him down, allowing the cannon crew to rally. No. But they don't. The cannon crew shatters.
That was such a twist.
That was so weird. I have no idea why they shattered there. All right.
Okay, maybe the Outriders are not enough here. They're out of ammo, and they can't do shit.
Yeah. Huntsman General's trying to carry it now. Still has 18 shots, which is a lot. There's a cannon crew, but these miners are sitting right next to its cannon, and there's Dwarf Warriors moving in too, so they're not going to let it really remount or do anything. You think the Huntsman General's got it?
I don't know. Like, he doesn't have the greatest armor piercing after all, and Rune Lord, 120 armor, and a Rune of Slowness. Now those cannon crews are doomed. Maybe.
Ooh. Yeah, Rune of Slowness.
The miners are
speed.
Yeah, miners are pumping their dwarven legs, but they still seem to have like difficulty in catching them. They're getting there though.
They got there. There it is. They're gonna rout this cannon crew pretty swiftly. Nice cavalry sandwich on these Longbeards is gonna rout them.
Maybe not.
Holy shit, how do they last through that? They had 2 ticks of being negative, but apparently they're fine.
Longbeards being Longbeards.
There we go.
Oh. Yep.
Now they're gone. I don't know if it's enough, though, as the Rune Lord and his Dwarf Warriors get a downhill charge. The Huntsman General ends up in melee combat, takes a nasty shot to the face, and that honestly just, like, might trigger army losses all of a sudden. Huntsman General's trying to kite away. Cannon crew routed off, though, and there is army losses. The dwarves pull it out.
That was close. That was close. The Outriders did carry hard, though.
Oh, they did great. They did great.
Perhaps the silver bullets was a bit disappointing. Maybe better if they are just like Outriders with, well, Outriders. Having a bit more mobility in their armor-piercing firepower.
Yeah, looking over the values in this kind of game, it's really hard to get value since most of it is like ammunition. But the Outriders got fantastic value. So the Sterling's Revenge also did. Basically, like you're saying, anything that can move and shoot got really good value, and anything that has to sit and shoot just got pushed off.
Yeah. The Deathjacks, not sure what's the point of these archers. They didn't seem to do much here.
It's for the lulls.
It is a rare unit to see on the field, after all.
True. So we're going to game 5.
Before we start, what's your thoughts on the matchup between Dark Elves and Ogre Kingdoms?
Dark Elves and Ogre Kingdoms? That's what Phoenix King messaged you, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
I think I used to think it was Dark Elf favored, and then I thought it was even, and then recently, honestly, the Dark Elves got buffs. I don't know. It feels even-ish, but Dark Elves have an easier time, if that makes sense. Like, it's easier to win it as the Dark Elves, but in the hands of two very skilled players, it's even.
that's fair. I still have to fight that matchup a bit to see what happens with my new and updated ogres. Again, I just hate Sky Strider and Crusher spams in this matchup, so
I think that's a bait. I think Sky Strider and Crushers versus Dark Elves loses more than it wins, personally. I think Ogre Bowl spam with a couple Lead Belchers to break up Blackguard can do better.
I still stand by my Man-Eaters with Great Weapons choice in this matchup, but it seems that nobody endorses this idea at all, so I'm a bit sad.
Yeah. I remember you spamming my chat with Man-Eaters of Great Weapons. I'm not a Man-Eaters of Great Weapons believer, but maybe someday.
Maybe I'll make a replay with these guys at some point. It pains me to see them getting slept on. But yeah, I'm on 3 seconds of this replay now.
I hadn't even started loading, sir.
Well, be quick then.
Boo. All right,
Drink
Empire
that
versus
potion of
Nurgle. What do we got? What do we got? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm at 3 seconds. 2 War Wagons. 1 Outrider Grenade Launcher. 1 Karl Franz up on Deathclaw with Galmaraz, and the Reichel and Runefang. We have a Jade Wizard up on a Pegasus with Regrowth and Earthblood. We have 2 basic Demigryph Knights and 2 Empire Knights, and a front line of Spearmen and Swordsmen. On the other side, for Nurgle, we have a crap load of Marauders of Nurgle, some with Great Weapons, some without. We have a Cultist. I haven't seen a Cultist of Nurgle much recently. He does have his Icon of Eternal Virulence to make everybody around him bad at doing things, and that's all he brought. Okay, so he's just kind of a weird regenerating hero. Exalted Hero of Nurgle with nothing. Chaos Sorcerer, Lord of Nurgle with Death Magic, Spirit Leech, and Fate of Buna, plus his self-heal item, but he doesn't heal everybody up with it. 4 Plague Toads, 3 Forsaken of Nurgle, and that is it. It is infantry, it is toads, it is heroes.
I feel like Nurgle has been just going wide all the time these days.
Yeah.
Or bodies.
I mean, everybody knows that strong counters to Nurgle are like archers and stuff, so the wider you go, the more you can withstand that fire. Because if you just go for like a blob or SEMs or anything, they're just going to get pin cushioned to death.
Oh, definitely.
All right, ready to go?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go!
Alrighty.
Why isn't anything happening? God. Oh, okay, they're doing stuff.
I'm surprised with the Demigryph Knights, though. Not expecting to see them here.
Yeah.
Perhaps trying to counter armored Chaos Knights and Chaos Heroes?
Yeah, they're solid. I actually recently have been having a lot more luck with Demigryph Knights than Demigryph Knights with Halberds. I don't know why, but like the bonus versus large, you lose other stats, and for some reason it feels like they just don't do that well versus large targets anyway. But the basic Demigryphs, I mean, you have good stats, good armor piercing values, so they just seem to perform fine.
Maybe because it's their weapon length. Just long pokey sticks compared to like the Halberds, they're actually much shorter. Oof. Demigryph Knights going after the Chaos Heroes.
Yeah, and Franz thought about diving in too, but Caradoc backs off. He's not about it. Also, Empire Knights taking charges onto Marauders of Nurgle with Great Weapons on the far side. Get a little bit of damage and back out before they take any return. That's nice. That's good. No issues there. Is that a Fate of Buna? Uh-oh. Super fun
On
Fate of
the
Buna time.
Outriders. Not on the grenade. On Outriders? Yeah. Outriders makes sense, because there's nothing to counter the use skirmish fire. At least the infantry can fight back against the Demigryphs.
Cal Harmon puts a regrowth on them to try and keep them in the game, but they are losing models. There it wears off, so the regrowth will start ticking up. Nice job. Keeping them in
They're
it.
fast enough to... Well, they shattered, so...
They shattered?
Yeah. Yeah.
You traitorous scum! Alright,
Lack of faith in Sigmar.
true. On the other side, ooh, Franz is in big trouble. You see him?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff surrounding him, but the Demigryph Knights might fight back. Oh wait, no, the Demigryph Knights are bailing on him.
Yeah, he's trying to get out of there, and Earthblood is going to heal him up a little bit as the Cultist just keeps him honest. Demigryph Knights are going to have to charge back in to save the Emperor.
Yeah, he's poisoned, so he's not fast enough to get out of dodge.
Now he is out, but no, the Demigryphs are in the thick of it for him. And yeah, they're going to take a lot of damage from those armor-piercing toads. Ooey owie. On the far side, all we're missing is some skirmishing with the War Wagons and a bit of cycle charging from the Empire Knights. This is definitely more important as far as the state of the battle goes.
Yeah, the Demigryph Knights are just getting hit hard, and there's no regrowth to save them right now, because the other regrowth got wasted earlier.
Yeah.
Earthblood is here, though. It's some healing, I guess.
Power Stones pop to give him more winds of magic for right now, I suppose. And on the far side, Nurgle is committing. Just getting kited out by these War Wagons, though. Yeah, they're going to lose another toad to that thing.
I don't think they care, because War Wagons are expected to dish out damage and kill everything on the other side anyways. The Demon Spew is being held back, so their HP is preserved. Ooh, another spell? No,
Yeah.
never mind. Yeah.
These Demigryphs are not having a good time getting away from this cultist, the Nurgle. Does his icon slow? Yeah, his icon slows, and then speed. He has a speed slow on poison, obviously, so he brings him down to 56 speed, which is just tanking them. And these toads are actually faster, so they're trying to catch up. Though something about the toads animation isn't working because they are not catching up. Demigryphs stop and get piled on. Now they start to run again. And Curse of the Slug, 23 speed for these poor Demigryphs. Jesus.
That's lower than infantry. They should probably just turn and fight now, but I guess Caradog is just trying to keep them alive as long as possible and get back to the spears.
I guess. Franz is also just lurking. War Wagon's running low on ammunition, though. And, I mean, they've just been shooting infantry this whole time because there's not a lot of other targets.
Yeah, they're not earning back their value either. He's rough.
Demigryphs do escape. They got out. They're alive.
Their spears are gonna get wrecked in the Forsaken fight. So, there's that.
Yeah. But I'd rather have Demigryphs than a Spearman.
Definitely. Probably just need some healing and they shall be fighting again. But down to around half the size of the unit. The Demigryph Knights have a rather limited healing available to them.
Yeah. War Wagons are coming back over. It looks like they've retargeted onto Plague Toads. They are officially just shooting the Toads. Interesting. I guess if you take out the Toads, Franz can cycle charge it freely without getting stuck.
He's gonna get stuck on his own War Wagons. That's what's gonna happen.
Alright. Coming out with the prophecies. Meanwhile, just more cycle charging over and over from the Empire Knights as Nurgle's infantry horde just tries to find a fight. And Fate of Buna on the wounded Demigryphs. No, it's the healthy Demigryphs. Ooh, owie.
That's gonna hurt a lot.
It is. Franz dives in for a second. Reichland Runefang popped on all these Demigryphs, giving them pretty insane melee stats up in the 60s and even 80s for Franz. But Franz gets worked on by the Nurgle Hero Corps, and the Fate of Buna Demigryph Knight is about to die and fall away. Is this the end of Franz as he's surrounded by three well-armored single entities? He's trying to fight his way out. A little bit of healing comes back in for him, but a Spirit Leech threatens to drag him under as Demigryphs and Empire Knights offer their support. Franz is actually doing pretty good work against the Sorcerer Lord of Death, but man, he's getting chunked down.
Who's gonna get routed first? Oh, God. Both of them routes at the same time, but Franz is going after the white line, and he's quite fast, so...
Oh, he'll rally in time. I'm worried about the Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle, though, because the Empire actually has Cav that can follow him.
This comes down to how Franz can rally before the white line, and I don't know. Oh. He did.
Yeah, this is tough. I don't know why that Chaos Sorcerer routed as soon as he did, but him routing, now he's just going to get chased off by Demigryphs, and then there's no more magic and no more leadership for Nurgle, which is really brutal. Apparently, chat says Nurgle is S tier. I I strongly disagree. I think they are middling.
I don't think Nurgle is that strong either. Basically, enemy missiles can wipe them out.
Yeah.
Maybe not every, but still.
They're not as weak as they used to be. They got a lot of good buffs, but I don't think they're like in the top 3 of factions. After top 3, I think there is a discussion to be had, but I don't think they're in the top 3. That Demigryph, there's a Demigryph running alongside the Routed Lord that should have rallied by now. Does it have one model stuck back in combat or something?
Probably not. It's just the Routed Lord keeping them routing, I assume. Yeah, the Lord isn't coming back with all the white line close by.
Yeah, if these Demigryphs can get him off the map, then for sure these other Demigryph Knights should come back, so they'll be fine. You'll have 2 Demigryphs coming back that both get some more healing.
Let's see, actually, you never know. Oh, and as soon as he's out, yeah, it's the Lord that keeps the Demigryphs routing.
Balance power's about even, but you have a large infantry horde with no Lord anymore versus some more wagons, some Demigryphs, Franz. The Franz is low, actually. I mean, Franz and the Demigryphs are all low. There's been a lot of healing casts, so I don't know how much more Winds of Magic the Jade Wizard honestly has. And the War Wagons are running out of ammo.
Another healing just came in, so they're gonna get topped up for a bit. Just a bit.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a lot of cyclical charge in the end game.
You do have the Exalted Hero and the Cultist that it can at least make a little more punishing when they cycle charge in, because single entities can actually hit back quite heavily.
Definitely. And yeah, I feel like at this point Nurgle should just kind of stand there and take hits. Like, there's no point in keep chasing after units, I feel like, because other than separating your own army and allowing mobility to pick you off, it's not doing you any good.
Empire Knights and Demigryphs charge in, they get a little bit of damage, they take a little bit of damage, just a nice trade there. On the far side, Spearmen are getting chased down by Plague Toads and Forsaken. We'll see how that goes. I guess they do have to kill all the Empire chaff eventually. Forsaken fighting Demigryph Knights who ended up really inundated in the Nurgle lines and took some pretty good damage. Now they're standing in the middle of the Nurgle lines, but for some reason no infantry are attacking the models that are inside of the formation because reasons.
No, I think I saw like 1 unit model dying there, so there's that, I guess.
Yay.
But yeah.
War Wagons firing their last volleys into the Demon Spew. The Demon Spew used to be accompanied by a Plague Toad that died. And there's more healing. How do you still have Winds of Magic? I've seen so many regrowths.
Is that that many? Just 2, right? 1 or 2?
I don't know. Franz is almost heal capped. We saw an entirely wasted regrowth onto the Outriders, and both the Demigryph Knights heal caps are approaching. So it feels like there's been a lot of frickin' healing.
The power of Power Stone, I guess.
Yeah. War Wagons out of ammo. Oh, one of them still has 4 volleys, kind of. I think it's more like 3.1, but sure. And yeah, you're right, though. Nurgle has gotten really separated out, and they just keep getting dove on wherever the hero core isn't. I am concerned. More terror routes coming in on the Marauders. Empire Knights charging into more Marauders and Forsaken, though they are staying in combat a little longer than they want to. They take a significant amount of damage and they're going to run away.
Late game terror routes are coming in for the Nurgle. The Marauders are getting hit by Kofrans pretty bad. They regroup. Yeah, they regroup though, so maybe the Nurgle can box up again.
Demon Spew getting picked off, like I said. So yeah, for the Nurgle, they just need to get everybody in the same area so they can support each other, because anybody who's outside the formation just get bodied.
Yeah.
War Wagons, 2 volleys left. And Rot, Glorious Rot. Whoa! He cast the tier 3 army ability! He cast it! He did it! We didn't even notice it getting cast because of how freaking terrible it is, but he did cast it, and it's gone, and no Demigryphs died, and nothing happened.
At least they got low, I guess, but other than that, possibly there's another Earthblood coming in to heal them back up. Possibly. Huh. Well, I guess it's just a regrouping stage.
Times 2?
Yep, sure.
All right. Spearmen do get caught, and then as soon as that icon of Eternal Virulence gets on them, they get slowed down. Nurgle's going to catch up and tear them to pieces. War wagons are being used as chariots. That's something. That's neat. More cycle charging. Ooh, that war wagon runs straight into a cultist of Nurgle, though, and almost straight up dies. Meanwhile, the exalted hero of Nurgle fights Karl Franz all alone, gets terror routed, and he does rally. Franz lands on him, and then actually routs him. Cultist
yeah, he's not coming back now. Not this time. He surely isn't coming back this time, right?
He's back!
Oh, no!
But Nurgle got separated out again, so he gets dove on by Franz and routed. Yeah.
They're also picking off some spears, I guess, so there's that.
They are getting some nice picks in return. It's just they're taking so much damage. Like, infantry as a win condition, I feel like too many games end up like this for me. Like, if I get down to just infantry, I usually lose.
Yeah, they just can't really do much in late game. They're good bodies to absorb damage, but they just don't give you the control on the battlefield or any initiative.
Yeah.
But maybe, just maybe, the Empire can do it.
Empire's just shattering off and chasing anything that they can. They're trying to get these full health swordsmen back. What do they have left? They lost a demigryph somewhere, so they have one demigryph that's almost dead, 2 war wagons with no ammo and no HP, a almost heal-capped Franz, and a Jade Wizard who's used so much healing can't possibly have any more, right? Right?
Maybe they're squeezing out one more Earthblood. Who knows? It's not an expensive spell after all.
Maybe. The swordsmen are just trying to get back here. That's what the Empire's waiting for.
Somebody has to go in and fight, right? At this point?
Yeah, the swordsman's trying to.
Oh, okay.
He's been running from the other side of the map.
That's the attacking rule fulfilled.
Alright.
And here comes the Alpha Strike.
Yeah, big speed. Pile in, tear out, Exalted Hero immediately dies. Franz opts out while all the Nurgle units flee, leaving just the Cultist and Forsaken. But the Cultist and Forsaken body the war wagons. And they're still going. Demigryph Knights are getting real close to routing. They only have 300 health between them. Franz is back in. Can the Cultist kill him? Cultist is trying, but he's getting just murdered by Franz. The terror out comes in for him too, and that's army losses.
Feels rough for the Nurgle.
Man, that's the first time I've seen Franz really carry a game in a while.
He does have the potential all the time, but it's just he doesn't have the healing and the versatility like Boris Todbringer.
Yeah, for anybody asking about attacking rolls, the swordsmen were coming back from the other side of the map, and the Empire was trying to wait for them to get there. It was fine. All right, Demigryph Knights did solid. There's the one that had to kind of sacrifice itself in the early game to save Franz, and that one ended up getting Fate of Unit and stuff, so it had a bad time. War wagons did solidly. Outriders grenade launchers got murdered. I'm still shocked they shattered even while the regrowth was still proccing. That was weird.
It's probably because of the shock damage. So doing massive damage in a short time basically can do enough damage to a morale. It shatters your unit in one go, but it doesn't happen often. Only some extreme damage would make it happen. Anyways.
Yeah. All the heroes of Nurgle did really well. The rest of the army, I suspect, is going to have low value. Oh, the Forsaken actually did very nicely. Ooh, Toads got butchered. And Marauders did fine. Okay, so the Empire... Funnily enough, it's the Empire that had so much healing, you kind of had to kill their army twice. Because all the Nurgle units got really good value.
Unfortunately, the Sorcerer got routed for some reason in the middle there, so... Nurgle could have had this one if they had healing and spell support. Yeah, healing and spell support, yeah.
Yeah, if the Sorcerer Lord hadn't routed off for kind of, I mean, not no reason, but it felt strange. He was at half HP and then he just opted out. But like, I don't know. Leadership in this game's so weird. There's certain stuff that'll come back no matter what that you wouldn't expect. And then there are things like Wulfric the Wanderer, where if he gets below 1,000 HP, he's just gone. He'll never come back. I don't know why. All right, I'm setting up this.
Time to reflect some of these issues to CA, I suppose.
Healing just needs a toning down.
Oh, definitely. they still haven't nerfed healing, which is a little bit of a grudging for me.
Yeah. That would be like a pretty huge fix to the meta.
Yeah. Basically, all the broken stuff can be toned down, even perhaps Kairos. I had a game against Kairos last week with Wood Elves, and yeah, he just tanked all the damage with the regrowth. I hate him.
Well, speaking of infinite hatred, you want to watch some more Dark Elves?
Phoenix King, you might be happy about this one if you're watching it. Nah, just kidding.
Dark Elves.
I'm on 3-second mark, by the way.
Okay, I'm just finishing loading in now. I changed the scorecards. We do have the second series. Boop. Second series. The other semifinal between DBD's Lenorm and ODM's Alfredino. And the obligatory Dark Elves. We have the Raven's Herald, ROR, Repeater Crossbows, 4 Black Arc Corsair Handbows, 3 Cold One Knights, a whole bunch of Bleak Swords, Malekith up on his dragon with Gaze of Malice and Soul Stealer, and 1 Dark Rider. And on the side of Norska, it's a whole bunch of Skin Wolves and dogs. Most of the dogs are Ice Wolves, but there are some regular dogs in there, a frontline of Marauders and Marauder Champions. Throg, the Troll King with Fight or Die, and a Sorcerer of Metal with Plague of Rust and Searing Doom. Ready to go?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go! Why is no one choosing Chaos Dowie? I don't know. Maybe they banned them.
It is pretty strong, and I kind of expect people to ban them. Especially like this game. These games were played like 1 or 2 weeks after the patch, so people are just not that familiar with how to counter Chaos Dowie, I assume.
Yeah.
A bit disappointed not to see any familiars here because they are good, but again, they're played a little bit too early, and I don't think people have discovered the familiars just yet. They're solid now.
I've been really enjoying Famir in a lot of matchups, honestly. They're quite good. They're quite good.
Especially in here where there's a bunch of Black Arc Corsairs kiting, they would just tank those missiles till the end of time. Provided they have the leadership. But yeah.
I mean, they have like 70 leadership, right? People think of them as trolls, but they're actually much, much better leadership than trolls. I think like double.
Yeah, definitely.
Bit of a whiffed Searing Doom. I mean, more of a dodge than a whiff, to be fair. But the Dark Elves are now at last committing into melee. Realizing their skirmish was running out of room, they needed to sacrifice some frontline troops to give themselves more space. And Malekith is going to do some blob punishment.
The Black Arc Corsairs are doing some good damage overall. But the question is, can the Bleak Swords hold against so many Skin Wolves and Troll King himself?
Oh, yeah, but I just realized something rough. Norska brought literally 0 range, so the Raven's Herald have nothing to fear, and they can just shoot Throg all game. They should move in closer. Nice if you get right up next to them, none of the bolts will miss. From that distance, some of them will actually miss.
Perhaps they might be moving? Nope, they're not moving.
Yeah.
Still hitting quite well. After all, they are a regiment of renown.
Yeah, Throg's days are numbered.
Coming in.
Can Norska win without a Lord? Oh god, Malekith's even diving him.
Oof.
Is this wise? There's the Soul Stealer blob punishment. Oh god, that's a huge Soul Stealer. Everything was in there. Coming in.
Oh
no.
I'm curious about how much valor he's getting.
It's ticking up. It's ticking up.
40 to 50 at a time.
That was a huge Soul Stealer. Throg's almost dead.
And a lot of stuff routing too. Oh god.
Yeah, Norska is in mass exodus at the moment. Golden Knights continuing to pressure the Skin Wolves. Where are those Dark Riders? Are they dead? Because if they're alive, they could run down all these dogs, and that would be pretty huge.
They're at the back. Tied down by some Marauder champions.
I see. Alright. Well, the Raven's Herald are continuing to keep Throg running. His regen has been keeping him alive through all their volleys, but they'll continue shooting him. I think the Deathcaster is on his way out too. Malekith rear charges some Skin Wolves, routes them. Everything's routing now for Norska. The little Metal Caster's all alone. Throg rallies just to be shot repeatedly in the face until he routs again. And that is looking like a GG.
He's routing the other direction, and he routes straight into the Raven Heralds, and got shot in the face. Strange.
Yeah. That is going to be a quicker game than our last one. 20-minute Nurgle versus Empire Grindfest versus Norska and Dark Elves. Norska slams into the Dark Elf front line. Dark Elves kite them and Soul Stealer them to death.
Oof. This is rough, and one final Soul Stealer, and that should be it. Oh wait, no, there's still some infantry at the back fighting, but shall we fast forward? 4 times?
Yeah, that's over. Boom.
Okay. GG.
How come people take Throg every game? Throg is the best Norscan Lord by far. He's the only one that can survive Soul Stealers.
I agree with the Soul Stealer part, but I disagree with the best Lord. I am after Mr. Teufel sending me that those armor debuff combos with Wolfric the Wanderer, I've been using him a lot and enjoying using him. Yeah, especially now that
he's failed strong. Me so many times. I can't believe in him.
Skill issues get good.
It's true. It's true. All right. Looking across the values, nothing really noteworthy, honestly. It was just a slam. The 2,000 value on the Raven's Herald was nice, but they just got to shoot a Lord all game completely uncontested, so yeah.
GG.
Dark Elves OP? Did Dark Elves win in Caradoc versus Khal Harmon? I don't remember.
No, because Dark Elves got wrecked by Beastmen.
Yeah, that's right. So Dark Elves are 1-1.
Yeah, basically.
All right. Game 2.
Let me just quickly load in.
Skaven versus Tzeentch. I usually like this as Skaven.
I don't know. I've seen the Skavens got wrecked by a rush of the Tzeentch army, but we'll see.
All right, I'm paused.
I'm still loading. Give me a second.
Yep. While you're loading in, Skaven do have Clan Rats as their front line, plus the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers for their fire resistance, since most of Tzeentch's units also do fire, along with magic damage. We do have 2 Warplock Jezzails, 1 Avalanche Mortar, the Ikit Zap Zap Warp Lightning Cannon, a bunch of Rat Ogres, and more Clan Rats and Skaven Slaves on the backline, plus a Gracia of Plague with Vermintide, the Dreaded 13th, as his 2 spells. On the other side for Tzeentch, we have Kairos Fate Weaver with Blue Fire and Regrowth, the usual. We have 1 Soul Grinder of Tzeentch, the Weird Spawn, 4 Pink Horrors, 4 pinks, 4 blues, and then a couple Marauders of Tzeentch and another Chaos Spawn. So it's Horrors, Spawn, and a Soul Grinder.
Alright, I'm done with loading, so anytime.
You good?
Yep, 3 seconds.
Alright, let's go. We're off. I wonder if Ikit Zap Zap is just going to focus on Kairos to stop him from casting spells when he wants to, because it does have that cooldown effect. Or if it's going to try and shoot the Soul Grinder and keep that honest, because it does have way better range than the Soul Grinder.
But the Soul Grinder can try and dodge, I suppose. And, wait, which side is Lenorm and which side is...
Lenorm Tzeentch.
Lenorm Tzeentch. I swear they switch over their... Oh wait, yeah, Lenorm Tzeentch, okay. Perhaps Lenorm has enough micro to dodge those shots. Perhaps.
Yeah, that was lucky.
He is dodging. And Kairos is dodging a lot of shots there. What the hell?
He dodged a ton of shots, but the shots are landing on the Chaos Spawn behind him.
Oh, shit. They're Chaos Spawn. They are unbreakable. They don't care.
I mean, it's still damage. That's pretty funny.
Definitely. Definitely.
Ooh.
Okay, they're walking out of that kind of crossfire range, so...
The Soul Grinder Tzeentch is actually within range of the Jezzails. The Jezzails also have better range than the Soul Grinder, so that just makes this matchup extra hard.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I think this is a tough one for Tzeentch.
Kairos is eating some damage now, so... He needs to get out of dodge soon, and same goes for the Soul Grinder. Their shields are knocked off. Things are not looking great.
Yeah, the pink horrors will get in here soon, but you are going to have avalanche mortars starting to go burr. And these are, you know, demonic units, so when they take enough damage, they just fully disintegrate away, and you don't have to worry about them rallying and coming back and all that.
At least they have shields, I suppose, but they can only do so much.
A regrowth?
Wait, already? That's not that much damage.
Okay, you canceled it somehow.
Okay.
Good.
I thought it might be a preemptive regrowth or some shit, but whatever.
Blue fire's out. Blue fire is going for the Ikat Zap Zap. And it does take out one model, plus the Soul Grinder hits another two. So Ikat Zap Zap all of a sudden down to just one model. Jezzail's still trying to slow him down, plus the Warpstone Scroll actually physically slows him down. So Kairos might take some significant damage here as the Avalanche Mortars continue to rain in on all the horrors. And the Clan Rats have been moved forward to eat some of that damage far away from the weapons teams, so the weapon teams don't worry about just getting shot, you know, from the front line.
The spawns really need to get in there now and fast. Because everything is just getting shot hard.
Yeah, I do wonder about the Skaven here. Purple Mortars isn't doing nearly as much damage as I would have thought versus the Horrors. It's getting some stuff
Mostly
done,
the
but...
shield absorbing the damage. Mostly.
Yeah, Kairos has just been flying in front of Jezzail's this entire game. And he's vibing. Ikat Zap Zap is officially a bad infantry unit now. Gaze of
There goes all the...
Why was Gaze of Faith thrown onto the Avalanche Mortars? Oh, because the Blue Horror's in range now. He just doesn't want him to move. Okay.
It's not that much damage. They do have 70 armor, so...
Yeah, 70 armor, they're small. They're fine. I like the thought, it just didn't really work.
Yeah.
Kairos getting low. He does have regrowth for himself when he needs them. The Grey Seer's Bell doing some of his free bound abilities to try and finish off the pink horrors, get them to that demonic instability crumbling. Skaven are up on the balance of power. We have some Marauders sneaking in, kind of pretending to act like dog units. And the Soul Grinder's still relatively healthy with a lot of ammo. Don't know who it's going to throw at for now. It looks like it is trying to snipe out the Grey Seer. Kairos overcasted regrowth, healing back up to his heal cap. And the horrors are moving in. Honestly, Tzeentch is doing better in this game than I would have suspected.
I don't know, a lot of their infantry seems to be running out of ammo, and with the Avalanche Mortars keep blasting, they're also gonna run out of bodies soon. Oh wait, never mind, the Avalanche are silenced for now, and the Soul Grinder is in the back lines, shutting down the Jezzails. Good news for Tzeentch.
Yeah, there isn't anything nearby that can really stop him. The Rat Ogres are busy elsewhere, holding off Spawn or Blue Horrors and whatnot. Tzeentch is pushing in. Bounce power's back to even. Skaven are routing. There's no dogs or screamers or anything that can chase off things that have routed. That is tough for Tzeentch here. Kairos might have to fill that role as he lurks ominously. Well, that was a tragic blue fire.
The slope is there, I guess.
Yeah, mostly missed. Avalanche Mortars gonna rout. Edge of the map is close by-ish.
They still have to go around the rock, so I guess that's gonna take some time for them to rout, and they can possibly rally. But then the Blue Horrors and Spawns are coming in, so... Wait, what was that? Lightning Bolt. Oh wait, no, that's a Dreaded 13.
Yeah.
Coming in to block off the weird spawns, possibly?
I suppose.
No, they're going after Kairos.
Yeah, the weird spawn should avoid those, the halberd spawn. You just gotta let them desummon. There is a bunch of random infantry going around this pier that are gonna get pushed off the map. Skaven shooting is down to 2 Jezzails who are under duress currently as the Soul Grinder plows into them in melee. The Avalanche Mortars are continuing to retreat. So Skaven getting down to just their melee assets, and Tzeentch is actually slightly ahead on the balance of power. I wonder... what are they going to do about all these Skaven Slaves and Clan Rat Spears?
Cycle Charge, that's probably the best way to deal with them. Plus, the balance of power of the Skavens are inflated by the Storm Vermin. So,
yeah,
they can probably just spam healing on Kairos and crush the Skavens in terms of balance of power.
Another regrowth, this one for the Soul Grinder, who's again not that injured, so I'm a little surprised to see it already. It was overcast? Why?
Probably a preemptive casting, and also, I don't know, I'm just throwing in guesses now, but Vigor Refresh?
I guess, but the
Possibly.
Undercast was fine. It still has half of the spell's duration and he's full HP. That was not worth it. That was a misplay. Whoops.
But then again, there's a limited amount of stuff he can cast it on. I guess they're weird spawns at the back. Like, Kairos himself is almost heal capped, so...
Yeah, but like if you really want to overcast one, wait for the Soul Grinder to take more damage, or yeah, use it on the weird spawn. That's just like half the spell went into the ether, so I have a hard time believing that was a worthwhile cast, unfortunately.
Defo.
Alright, the last Giselle on the field is routed yet again by the Soul Grinder. And Rat Ogres are routed. But there's a lot of infantry left. Tzeentch is up on the balance of power.
Seems feel like he has this one.
Maybe. More Rat Ogres routing. Pink Horrors are crumbling away, though. The weird spawn trying to regroup with Kairos.
It would just pummel some clan rat far end. Or maybe not. Sorry.
The Soul Grinder has a ton of ammunition left, too. It can shoot at the Greyseer in the late game. And they are trying to finish chasing off these Giselles rather than snipe out the Greyseer. I think that's fine. Because if you get rid of the Giselles, then you can become the ranged faction and just start shooting at the Greyseer. Rather than piling into all these clan rats. More clan rat summons are out.
Just sustaining the balance of power, but I don't see the clan rats fighting through that many Tzeentch units.
Yeah. I think the Giselles, honestly, it sounds weird, but the Giselles should just shoot infantry because of the way they work in Game 3. They're like the crane gunners of Cathay. They pierce. So you can kill a lot of blue horrors and pink horrors very quickly.
What was that blue fire? That feels like more friendly fire than actual damage.
That was more friendly fire. It was also going at Clan Rat Spears. They really need to do more Lord sniping on the Greyseer. Like, he has missile resist and spell resist, so it's tough to spend blue fires on him, but then I guess save your Winds of Magic for regrowth on the Chaos spawn like he's doing now. But I don't think we need to be too hasty about blue firing random Clan Rats. That is an overcasted regrowth on the weird spawn, so that'll be plenty of healing for them. The Soul Grinder has tons of ammo it needs to use on the Skaven caster.
You can simply kite with the Soul Grinder at this point. Wait, does Soul Grinder artillery kite counts as attacking rule?
The Soul Grinder counts
like
as attacking, I believe.
Okay.
And he could have
a single
spawned just running there.
On the far side, the blue horrors are gone, so I guess more Clan Rat Spears can support.
Yeah.
What was that? Kairos diving down.
Kairos is killing the Greyseer right now. Soul Grinder's turning to fight. And there's a tier 3 Tzeentch army ability. So either they let Kairos fight the Greyseer like they want to, or they eat the whole damage. Some of the damage is coming in. Balance power is getting significantly low. There's a big Soul Grinder shot. Bounce power shifts into army losses. And that is it. Tzeentch wins it. Oh, I had it backwards. Lenorm is the Skaven.
Yeah, they switch sides, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Because I know Tzeentch is one of Lenorm's favorite factions. So I had assumed Tzeentch was Lenorm.
Yeah.
Damn it, Lenorm, I was giving you credit.
But yeah.
Alright.
Damn, the kite was brutal in the end.
Yeah. They clutched it out. Skaven value is pretty mixed. The Clan Rats did fantastically well on the front line, just killing blue horrors and stuff. The Warp Lightning Cannon, unfortunately, just got shut down really easily.
Yeah, they're just too fragile for an artillery. Even fireballs can one-shot their models, and like without overcast, maybe. Yeah.
Tzeentch mixed value, but the Soul Grinder did great, and the Horror spams did really well. So, GG.
Indeed. Another game?
Another game. Another reverse sweep. Or is
this time Lenorm is on the green side. Alfredino is on the red side.
Okay. So we got switching off who's sending in the replays here. Got it. It's our first high elf of the day. Lenorm's high elves versus Alfredino's vampire counts. It's actually also our first vampire counts of the day.
They are probably just banning vampire counts left, right, and center, really. That's probably why.
Probably.
Alright, let's check the army builds.
Nope. I got to 9 seconds. Sorry. I was reading chat.
Okay, I'll just go to 9 seconds first then.
Okay.
Give me a second. You can do the army builds.
Yeah. For the High Elves, you have the Keepers of the Flame, Phoenix Guard Arwar, a Swordmaster of Hoeth, the Fireborn, 2 Sisters of Avalorn, a front line of 4 Spearmen, Alariel the Radiant with Tempest, Earthblood, and Star of Avalorn, and a Frostheart Phoenix. I just started thinking about listing its abilities, which I don't need to do. It's the same every single time. For Alfredino, Blood Dragon Vampire Lord with Invocation to Heck and a Zombie Summon, plus all of his dueling abilities. We have the Dire Pack, 4 Vargheists, and a whole bunch of Graveguard plus zombies. Cool.
An interesting formation there. Just having a bunch of zombies with, like, the Graveguards in between big gaps.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're at 9 seconds?
Yep, 9 seconds.
3, 2, 1, go! Whoops.
So are we on the same page?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Accidentally times 2 for a bit there, but we're good now.
Yep. All good. Not much happening right now. No artillery. Missiles not in range. We wait.
There's not a lot of crowd clearing, because normally the High Elves will bring a Star Dragon here, and then at least you have breath attacks and stuff. I do worry that the Graveguard grind is going to be intense.
There's nothing really to do with Graveguards other than the Swordmasters, so this might be rough.
Yeah. No Corpse card for the +5 melee defense or melee attack. So the Graveguard stats are a little middling after that.
The magic attack would be useful from the perhaps Corpse cards of Balefire as well, because physical resistance on Phoenix cards. But there's not that many of them today, so should be fine.
Well, global bans probably went to Chaos Dwarves and whatnot. Yeah, but I also know Lenorm and Alfredino both play vampire counts, so maybe they both just let it go because they wanted to play it. Anyway, Sister of Avalorn firing at the Graveguard with great weapons. Some of the trees are blocking their own shots.
Very unfortunate there. Oof, that's a lot of shots blocked by the trees.
Yeah. I like how some of them are firing up and over and others are firing straight through it, and it can't seem to make up its mind about what to do. Frostheart Phoenix slams into Vargheists, but they are just ignoring the single entities, and they're diving straight for the Sisters of Avalorn and the Fireborn.
Oh no, they're going after the Fireborn.
Jesus.
Just really trying to snap out the only counter to the Vargheist and the Zombie Dragon.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff going in. Yeah.
They're all diving in now. But that Vargheist is straight up dead, so we'll see if it ends up being worth it. Blood Dragon Lord's trying to line up for breath attack onto the Fireborn, most likely.
Oh, the zombies! The narrowly deployed zombies are sneaking through the gaps, going into the back lines. The Graveguards pinned down the spears, and the zombies got in.
Big breath attack onto the Fireborn did do a lot of damage, though the Vargheists took a pretty bad beating too, so it wasn't for free. First Star of Avalorn is going to heal them up while Helm of Discord nerfs them back down, and the Vargheists continue to do their grisly work. It's looking scary for the High Elves already, though.
Yeah. The Sisters are silenced, and the Fireborn are just not holding much more. Armor Sundering, Helm of Discord. Yeah, it's rough for them.
Yeah.
And they're fighting in melee grinds. Oof.
The High Elves are up on the balance power for a bit. I suspect that'll change when the Sisters rout.
More healing is also coming in from both sides, so bump and grind, bump and grind.
Yeah. More zombie summons, more inundating of the back line. The Fireborn are holding on, but their heal cap is fast approaching. And how many Vargheists do we still have left? Looks like 3 total.
Yeah, and doesn't really have the firepower to stop them right now. The sisters, some of them are firing, but they're also getting gooned by the Vargheists. And Alario fighting the zombie dragon.
I love that she just goes for it, and he finally turns around and he's like, all right, do you really want to fight? Because if you absolutely want to, we can have words. And those words are not going her way.
Yeah, some big words, and very hurtful too.
Yeah.
And the High Elf box is pretty much in shambles right now. Balance of powers is even, but the sisters aren't shooting. Things are rough.
Swordmasters of Hoth have 240 kills already. That's nice. Oh, breath attack. End of you, Swordmasters.
Yeah, mostly chaff. They can't even recover their own cost yet.
Yeah. Vargheists, I don't know what they're going after. They kind of did a weird half land. It looks like they're trying to charge the Fireborn. Yeah, they're still chasing them down. Really heavily prioritizing those Fireborn. Sister Avalorn, one is finally routing, the other is trying to get some space. No, those are Spearmen. Yeah, that last Sister Avalorn is still just in the middle of all of it. I don't see how the High Elves can win it, personally.
Maybe a Tempest could have cast earlier in the game just to slow down the Vargheists and whatnot and allow the sisters to shoot a little longer. Maybe.
Maybe. Fireborn taking a Vargheist out on the far side. We still have 2 Vargheists left on the map and a whole bunch of Graveguard. Swordmasters of Hoth are fighting to the very, very end, though that end is coming swiftly for them. And another massive breath attack takes the Keepers of the Flame down to almost dead. Fat Kid at Recess, can you tell Lich, Tactical Lich I love him? Sure. Hey, Tactical Lich, Fat Kid at Recess loves you.
Alright, thank you. Love received. Shall be repaid back in, I don't know, Slanesh. What kind of love to repay in is best? Slanesh or Nurgle?
Nurgle.
I feel like that's just 2 different kinds of, yeah, 2 different kinds of STDs and coming your way. Sorry.
Well, the Blood Dragon Lord is sitting in a Tempest right now, but the Tempest is doing absolutely nothing to the Vargheists as they get healed up and Invocation to Heck at the same time, and Alariel has to piece out of that fight. Dang.
The Frostheart Phoenix was tanking for like 2 seconds in total, and then it just got wrecked by the Blood Dragon.
Yee.
Another Vargheist dive down onto the Fireborn, and the Fireborn is done for pretty much. They did good in terms of damage, but yeah, they're too low.
They did pretty good. Sister of Avalorn are back, firing in now. Don't know what they're shooting at. Looks like they're shooting at the Blood Dragon Lord himself. We do still have 2 Vargheists left on the field, both very injured. The Blood Dragon Lord is quite healthy, and his Graveguard companions are kind of getting whittled down, especially by these Keepers of the Flame Phoenix Guard are really holding on. Oh, goodbye,
but
sisters.
for how long? That's a real question.
Tiago wants you to know that you can kill and animate his corpse any day, because you're a Lich. Fireborn are back. They're charging in. They're going for it. And the Vargheists do manage to get off the ground. Sisters hold, and Alariel plus her Frostheart Phoenix are here to get them crumbling once again. Maybe, possibly. Keepers of the Flame finally rout. And the last High Elf infantry unit holding is a Spearman. Human Boy, who are your favorite races? Greenskins, Skaven, Ogre Kingdoms. For fun-wise, in-game, probably Greenskins, Skaven, Empire. Sister's still firing in, but that Blood Dragon Lord, I don't even see his heal cap yet, so a couple more invocations in the Heck and he'll be just fine. What do we have down here? Zombies, Graveguard, great weapons, zombies. Okay, actually the infantry focus has been pretty good. A lot of the Graveguard are dead. Because out of the 6 infantry left, we have 3 zombies.
The High Elves aren't completely out of this one, I guess, since they still have 2 very healthy single entities. But here comes the Blood Dragon. Oh, massive hit on the
Yeah.
on Alario. Oh, that hurts.
And another hit onto the Frostheart Phoenix. He's like, literally, whichever one of you is in front of me is getting hit right now. Sucks to be you. The balance of power is tanking with every shot those flying units take.
Such is the power of the Helm of Discord.
And almost 1,000 weapon strength, but yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely that too.
L'Ariel comes back in, gets immediately wrecked. She is throwing down a Tempest. We'll see if the Vargeist even feel like joining the Blood Dragon Lord in this escapade, though his heal cap is within sight, and now the single entity fight is turning against him. L'Ariel and the Frostheart Phoenix really doing good work after the Helm of Discord wears off. He's down to like 2/3 HP, heal cap approaching. He's down close to down to half. He's below half. All of a sudden getting worked on. Vargeist soon to rejoin, though, now that the Tempest has faded. The Frostheart Phoenix continues to do good damage. The High Elf ground forces have entirely fallen apart, but it is all down to the air fight now. Blood Dragon Vampire Lord down to 1/3 HP. Frostheart Phoenix and Larry.
He did got a bit of a miscast damage, but it's tight. This is tight.
It is very tight. Ow. He's going to heal cap soon. Larry's still hanging in there. I mean, she just used a Tempest. She doesn't have another one, right?
It's gonna take some time to cool down, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, Blood Dragon Lord's getting real low. The Vargeists are just struggling to land a hit on Larry here. It feels like they haven't done anything. They're just like sitting around. At least how it feels. If there is another Tempest, it honestly could win this game. But I don't know what its cooldown is. I don't know if she has the wins match for it. Army losses all of a sudden.
And that's gonna be GG.
GG.
300 kills on the Swordmasters, but still not enough to earn back their own value.
They got close. They got close.
Yeah,
but
great. Fighting Chaff is just rough.
Yeah. It ended up being a pretty good build from Lenore. It looked sus, and then the start was pretty tough, but it hung in there. Brought it to a super close game. L'Ariel did great. Frostheart Phoenix did fine. Yeah. Blood Dragon Lord, 5,000 value. That's about right. That's about right.
That's almost half an army. God.
Yeah. Though, as we've said all day long, I mean healing. He has to kill like 3 armies worth. So
with the support of Vargeist, he pretty much did.
All right. So that is it. Alfredino and Caradoc will be the finalists. And we're going to do that one live sometime, right? I think.
Yep.
We're just trying
Sounds
to
good.
When?
Thanks for having me here.
Uh-huh.
Nice to have the first collaboration with another streamer.
Yes, sir. You want to... Your link is in the description of the video, but you want to do a quick spiel about who you are and why people should go sub to your channel?
Oh, thank you. Yep. So, in case you haven't seen my stuff, I'm Tactical Lich here. The link is in the description. Basically, I do a lot of battle replays, multiplayer content, and sometimes multiplayer guides as well. Just all around, just trying to promote more land battles, perhaps. Yeah, since I do love this game mode. And yeah. So feel free to check out the link and perhaps subscribe if you want to check out more multiplayer for Total Warhammer. But yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna end my plug here. And yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I didn't really prep for a self-advertisement today.
You did great.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody, I am signing off. I have to go back to work. Right. Thanks to Lich for co-casting with me today. It does add a little bit of spice to replay casts, which, I don't know. There's kind of this intangible, like, replays aren't as hype as live, so it's nice at least to have somebody to back and forth with a bit.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Later.
See you, everyone.